Okay, so we just got to Tuolumne Meadows, and I'm here with Tommy and my buddy Jason. We've got our wilderness permits, our fishing gear, and I think we're in for a pretty fun trip here. We're gonna cover a few scenic miles here, so enjoy the hiking montage. Well, with that sign, it looks like we made it to Lower Young Lake. Holy cow, this is pretty awesome. Hiking along the lake right now, trying to find a good spot to hang out for a good hour or more. Trying to escape the bugs.
Oh my Lord.
Woo! That was 6 miles, six pretty good miles. About 2,000 feet of elevation gain. And the good news is we can see a ton of fish, a ton of brook trout in here. So the fishing should be pretty dang good. This one's coming right up to us. Little brookie. While I was pumping water, Tommy's catching the first fish over here. Nice. Dang, Tommy, you're already at 2 before I set up my fishing pole. I'm getting swarmed by mosquitoes right now, so it's time for a long sleeve and some pants. How many fish you at, Tom?
6.
6?
Yeah.
Oh boy. I got some catching up to do. All right, we're gonna pack up here and head to the middle lake and find a campsite there for the evening. Tommy caught 7 fish, Jason got 1, and I struck out so far. So we'll see if I can improve my luck at the middle lake. It's a really short hike up to the middle young lake, so we'll check back in a minute here. Okay, this is middle. All right, we just got here to a potential campsite. We're gonna walk around this area and look for the best campsite. Okay, we decided on this spot, and the first spot that we got to, it's really close to the lake. The lake is just right over there, and again, we're at Middle Young Lake. So we're gonna set up camp here for this Friday evening. Well, I'm prepared for the evening now. Got my tent all set up. Tommy's got the sporty half dome SL2 Plus REI tent. That thing looks sweet. Jason's got the hammock set up. Prepared for some rain with the tarp. It's a good call. You never know what you're going to get up here as far as high elevation thunderstorms. They'll just roll in out of nowhere. It's better to be prepared than not to be. I will always be a big proponent of the chair. Carrying this 4-pound chair back here is totally worth it in my opinion. Well, now that we've got camp set up, it's time to try to catch some dinner. Something bit way out there.
Oh yeah. Ooh, it looks a little more silver.
Good size?
Not bad. Is that rainbow?
Nah, brookie.
Limit these things. But, oh!
Okay.
You hit it, baby.
That was first cast, so I think we'll be all right. Second cast. All right, that was my bad. Okay, well, I had the great idea to literally wade out here in the middle of the shallow area, and we're gonna try casting out to where I saw a bunch of fish jumping. Hopefully this is worth it. All right, the bugs are really bad out here. It's kind of surprising. Okay, looks like we got another bite. Okay, there we go. Okay, I need this to be dinner, but I don't have a stringer out here. Beautiful brookie though. I think I let him go. All right, well, that's 2 fish that I've let go. I really need to keep the next one. Well, I had to abandon fishing out on the lake. The bugs were too bad out there. And turns out at camp they're not much better. They're actually way worse up here, so that's why I have a shirt protecting my neck from mosquitoes. But we have a full day tomorrow and plenty of fishing to do, plenty of exploring to do, so I think we're gonna jump straight to that. Mosquitoes are really bad again here in the morning. Being in the sun seems to help though. Not a bad place to do the dishes and fill up some water. There are a lot of mosquitoes down here too though. Pants and long sleeves are helping, but there's so many mosquitoes. This is just nuts. I just killed like 5 mosquitoes in one swat. I'm getting out of here. Holy cow. We killed a little time this morning trying to hide from the bugs. Tommy and I were in our separate tents, and Jason was in his hammock. But they are still relentless, so we're just gonna get moving. We're gonna hike up to the upper Young Lake, try some fishing up there, and hope that the bugs are a little bit better. We're leaving the middle lake right now. We're climbing up to upper.
Gonna take a shower up here, Cody?
Yeah, it looks refreshing.
I can already tell it's gonna be beautiful up here.
Yeah, I agree. Well, after talking with Tommy, not this mountain in the front here, but the one that's just peeking from the back there. I think that's Mount Conness. Another epic view here. So I figured there wouldn't be as many trees up here, so I brought my Tenkara fly rod, and it looks like it's just that, nice and open. This is perfect. So I've got my max catch Tenkara rod with a really nice dragon tail line on it, and let's see if we have some luck fishing with this thing. Okay, I'm implementing my final mosquito tactic, the head net. Kind of glad I have this thing right now. I just wish I had some gloves. Well, like I said, we came up here hoping there would be less bugs, but there's probably twice as many bugs. Pretty crazy. Most mosquitoes I've ever seen in my life. It's June here in the Tuolumne high country, so it's expected. But holy cow. I'm getting bites almost every time. I just can't get the hook set. Again, what the heck? Okay, so I pulled that last hook off. I look at it, there's no hook on it. I don't know how that happened. I didn't get a snag on a rock or anything. So, makes sense now that I wasn't catching any of those biting fish. This one's got a hook on it. So let's see if our chances get better. Okay, on the Tenkara rod. Tiny little brookie, but that's pretty fun. All right, well, turns out the hook was all the difference. Here we go. Now we're on to some fish. Now we're on to them. Perfect. You put an actual hook on and you start catching fish. Imagine that. If you've ever been fly fishing or Tenkara fishing, it really doesn't get much better than this. I got a good view. I got a lake full of fish and not a tree in sight to snag on. This is my kind of fishing right here. There we go, number 3.
They shouldn't be.
No. Number 4. Okay, number 5. Little brookies, but they're still fun to catch. Number 6. So as I catch fish number 7 here, my GoPro seemed to have some technical difficulties and I lost sound for the next few clips. But that's alright, let's make the best of it with a little bit of narration. After I caught that fish, I decided it's time to put the Tenkara rod away and go meet up with the others. One of the main things I love about Tenkara is how easy it is to put away and to carry around as I go backpacking. It's very lightweight, very compact, and I'm still able to catch a bunch of fish with it. Jason ended up heading down the hill back to camp, but I see Tommy up on these rocks, so I start heading up towards him. As I walk up on top of this rock, I see a couple killer campsites, and the view up here is just spectacular. This is one of the best views I've ever had in Yosemite. It's not very often you get to see 3 lakes all next to each other, as well as many peaks like Mount Kenness and Ragged Peak, along with many others. The best part about being up here is that it was so windy, there was no mosquitoes. So we spent about 2 hours up here. We got to watch a bald eagle fish in that middle young lake, which was really, really cool. We saw it swoop down and snag a fish right out of the water. And we had some snacks and everything, but we decided to head back down to camp, meet back up with Jason, and once again start trying to catch some dinner. And luckily this time, Jason caught a couple fish, I caught one as well, so we had 3 fish to fry up. I'm used to cooking trout over campfire coals and tinfoil, but we'll give cooking them in a pan a shot here as I add some oil to the pan. Inside the trout I have some butter and some Slap Your Mama Cajun seasoning. I'll let those cook on the pan for about 7 minutes per side, and it came out pretty delicious. Me and Jason shared most of the trout, and I'll be eating mine with mango sticky rice. And as I finish dinner here, that'll sum up day 2, and we'll jump straight into Sunday, day 3, and the narration is over. It's the next morning here at camp, and we're already getting packed up. It's probably 6 a.m. right now. It's nice and cold out, so the mosquitoes haven't woken up yet. Everyone's pretty much packed up. Make a little bit of breakfast and be on our way. All right, well, we've got camp packed up here, and one last final check for little bits and stuff that we might have left, and always try to leave no trace. Okay, well, I looked things over and it looks like everybody did a nice job cleaning up, so on the trail we go. The best part about it is that everybody got up early enough to beat the bugs, so we haven't dealt with any mosquitoes this morning. Well, this is one of our last views of Lower Young Lake. Really cool. I really enjoyed this area, but I do need to be a bit more prepared next time as far as bugs. More bug spray, thicker clothes, all that stuff. We just had a trail junction. We came down a trail that went right through there, but we're going home a different way. Should be about the same distance, but it makes a nice little loop with new scenery. Well, we're probably less than a mile from making it down into Tuolumne Meadows. don't like how that big log was wobbling when I walked on it. So I just talked to a guy who was doing the PCT. We're actually on a piece of the PCT right now, Pacific Crest Trail. Goes from Mexico to Canada. The guy I just talked to, he was on day 55 and he does 20 to 26 miles a day. That's insane. I thought 10 miles a day was tough, especially with elevation. That guy's doing 20 plus and he's going over peaks and passes. That's awesome. Good luck to him. All right, we're dropping down into the stables right now. All right, we made it to the truck. This part. Ooh. Well, good job, guys. Where do we go again? Young Lakes. All right, well, we made it up to Young Lakes. 3 of us did just fine. The bugs made it a bit challenging and almost a little bit miserable at times, but we made it through that. We still had a really good time up there. Amazing scenery, beautiful lakes, 3 lakes right next to each other. So that was a lot of fun. And now we're gonna go get a burger and maybe a milkshake. Sounds pretty good right now. And might clean off in the river on the way home. Who knows? All right, well, this is Tenaya Lake, and I've been talking about jumping in cold water all trip long, so here it goes. Really not that bad. Nice and refreshing. Now time for a burger. Enjoy this. We're back home now, and I'm really missing that Tuolumne weather. It was like 76 degrees up there, and I get home here and it's 100 degrees. If you enjoyed seeing the Young Lakes and Tuolumne Meadows in the surrounding area, feel free to check out some of my other videos linked in the description below. But that's going to do it for now, and we'll see you next time.